My friends, my family, my friends, welcome to the first entry, the debut, the first episode, the first video, the Omni Puma Graps YouTube channel. Seriously, thank you so much for being here. Whether you came from TikTok, some other avenue to click on this video, I just want to sit here and say thank you so much. And before you think about clicking off, before you think about exiting and never seeing me again and ending this relationship, think about sticking around. This is a new idea for me, doing a purely wrestling avenue. I got a lot of channels, a lot of stuff, a lot of accounts going on all over the internet, different platforms, but Omni Puma Graphs is keeping it wrestling focused because wrestling has become such a big part of my life, especially over the last couple of years, where the fellas on the OVW podcast were so nice to allow me to become a part of their show. They invited me on to become a co-host. So now, everything OVW, I'm in love with it. Love OVW to death. If you have not watched Ohio Valley Wrestling yet, please check it out. And if you want some news updates, you want some talks, you want some content that is covering OVW, think about subscribing and following the OVW podcast right here on YouTube, man. We talk about OVW. New episodes drop every Tuesday at 8 p.m. covering the last episode of OVW Rise. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m., we are live on OVW's channel with the Fan Zone Live, where the fans talk back. But let me go ahead and not hold y'all any longer. We get into this video doing a quick little recap of some stuff last night. What happened last night? The Fed, WWE, came to Lexington, Kentucky, our beautiful city of Lexington, Kentucky, Rupp Arena for the May 22nd edition of WWE Smackdown. Friday night. What's better than that? Friday night Smackdown. Lexington, it don't get no better than that. Trust me on that. But this first video on the channel, all I wanted to do was kind of talk about last night, the experience, go through some of Bleacher Report's grades and analysis on it, and kind of compare it to the in-arena feeling. I don't want to hold y'all for too long. Let's just talk about last night a little bit. And hey, if you went to the show, if you love wrestling, you like WWE, just whatever, man, if you want to shout, say something in the comments. I'm always going to be talking to you, shouting out back to you. So let's get started. Let's talk about SmackDown last night. So show started with Rhea, one of the loudest pops of the night. Look, whenever Rhea enters the arena, you know it's going to get loud. You know it's going to get nasty for mommy. They gave the segment a C. All right, Bleacher Report. So, and I'm going to keep this real. If you went to the show last night, please tell me if you agree, because I went with some of my podcast crew yesterday, and they said the same thing that I thought last time I was at a WWE event at Rupp Arena. The speakers just don't sound great during promos and a lot of backstage segments. I don't know why that is with Rupp. I haven't been to Rupp a lot over the years. I don't go to a lot of basketball games anymore. I don't know why the speakers don't sound the greatest, but it is kind of hard to make out promos and any talking segments during these wrestling events when I've been to WWE shows. I don't know if that's just me. Again, I ain't getting gaslit because my podcast crew agreed with me yesterday when they came to the show. So I don't know what that is. So I honestly couldn't make out a lot of this promo, but I'm gonna keep going. I know Fatal Influence was in here a bit. You know, Flair and Alexa were doing their thing on this promo. Again, couldn't make out a lot of it. So we get to the next segment. It was Shinsuke versus Tala Tonga. Shinsuke's entrance it'll never get old. That first debut WWE entrance with that theme with the violin, it was sick, and really that entrance is still held on to this day, many years later. Shinsuke, of course, you know, he's getting up there in age, and the booking for him, yeah, not the greatest over the years. I mean, it's been questionable for quite a while now, but with him getting older, it's kind of surprising he's still with the company at this point. Tala Tonga and Shinsuke, this match was, I mean, again, when you're in the arena and you get all that energy, I mean, the matches get that boost and everything. I'm not sure how this looked on TV, but it was a good little match. Love seeing Shinsuke in action. I've watched him a few times live. First time seeing Tala Tonga in action. I mean, it was a good little match in the arena. Bleacher Report giving a C+. That's rough. That's rough. That's not too great. Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton's U.S. Open Challenge continue because we are addicted to open challenges right now in the Fed. Why is that? Probably because there's just the biggest struggle in the world to write stories. These open challenges are killing us. It's burying these titles. It's burying these wrestlers. Like, I mean, yeah, we got a good Master Lash Legend here. I liked it. Again, Bleacher Report's being a little harsh because, again, it's a different product on TV versus in person. A lot of Smackdown lately on TV. I just haven't been able to do it. I don't watch on a weekly basis anymore. I watch highlights on YouTube clips, other people's analysis, but it's hard to just tune into the show now for the whole 3 hours. And again, oh man, the good thing Smackdown is going back to the 2 hour format, because 3 is just too long, both on TV and in the arena. I think a lot of people are more onto that wavelength now. I know I am. I used to love the 3 hour Smackdown shows when the quality was just really great. You can make 3 hours work, but with how things are right now with the company, it just is. Yeah, the 2 hour format got to come back for sure. We got to see Chelsea Green last night. Great to see her, and she's just, whether she's injured, whether she's not able to wrestle for a bit, she is still just insanely over, because we love Chelsea Green. Tiffany, this reign's probably gonna last for a little longer. I mean, I do like that they gave her the U.S. title. I don't know what. I don't know what we're really gonna do next, because again, we're in open challenge hell right now. So let's get some stories going. It looks like her and Chelsea are about to be friends. I don't know. Tiffany's got to be a heel. They got to get her back to her NXT just heel stuff. It just doesn't work quite right now as a face. That's not her best angle, and they keep really trying to force it. So hopefully she gets that change. And this brings us to Trick and Mello. Man, as soon as these boys came out, as soon as Mello came out last night to take on Trick, to challenge him for that U.S. title, I'm like, there's no way they do this on TV, right? They're not doing this on SmackDown. They just can't. This is a PLE match. When you look at all the history these boys had in NXT, the storylines they had, this needed a build-up. This needed to be on a PLE. Why was this on a SmackDown in Lexington? Am I mad? I got to witness two of some of my favorites right now, two of my favorite brothers right now going and doing their thing in the ring. Got to witness that personally. Is that great for me and everyone that was there? Yes, but I'm still upset about it. I'm still mad. It was a treat, but this is a premium level event. These two, I don't get it. It's just the style. I'm not going to go too long on my rants, but Trick Williams right now is so damn over, and Mello has worked his ass off to get over with the crowd with no help from the writer's room. This is a premium event. Don't know why we got this on TV. What Bleacher Report? They gave it a B+. That's nice. There you go. I mean, it was a damn good match, but again, this is premium television. What are we doing? These are stars right here, dude. 2 stars. Ricky Saints ain't getting his love, his pops yet either on the main roster, but they'll get there. He's gonna find his way. We're gonna revisit that. So then we had Charlotte Flair and Rhea versus Fatal Influence. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was the Saturday night main event. I can't speak. I thought this was the Saturday night main event match that was going to be tonight, Saturday, but Rhea and them were going against Jade and her girls. That's what it was. I got a little confused. I got the card announcements all mixed up. But again, some straight, legends in this ring. There's no other way to put it. On Rhea's team, 3 just outstanding acts versus some young bloods coming in with the Fatal Influence. They've been trying to establish themselves on SmackDown, and they've been doing their thing, admittedly, from what I have seen. It's hard to get a bad product, a bad match when that bell rings, when you got, look at the trio that was in the ring for this match, and they're going against a great uprising group with those ladies. Again, in the arena, it was great. Bleacher Report gave it a B for this segment. That's good. This was a nice little match. Again, the wrestling was damn good last night. The wrestling's damn good 98% of the time in WWE. It's just we don't have any stories. All right. Damian Priest last night. I said, this dude, this is some of the most locked. I said, Priest is locked in. I looked over at my boy Jack Minox, my co-host, my esteemed colleague. I said, Jackman, Priest kind of locked in. I'm not gonna hold you. He's looking like some of the best he has in a minute. Some people might kill that because Priest gets some hate just like a lot of wrestlers do. But I mean he's locked in right now. And now the whole thing with the tag stuff with R-Truth, I did like Priest a lot last night. I felt like he was locked in more than we've seen in a while. He was killing it. But Solo got the win again. Good match. I'm gonna say that for every single match probably. So I'm gonna stop saying good match, but good match. Shut up. So the MFT stuff, especially with a few of those fellas, getting cut not too long ago. I don't. The MFT thing, it don't work for me. It hasn't worked for me in a long time. I don't. I think they gotta do something else. And turn Solo face, good gracious, man. He'd be so damn over. Sami Zayn versus Cody Rhodes. Cody came out one of the loudest pops of the night next to Trick, Rhea, and Danhausen. Cody, man, we didn't even do Danhausen's segment. Yeah, Danhausen's over as hell. One of the loudest pops yesterday. He was in some of the little notes here. Yeah, Danhausen is super over. So much love and respect for Danhausen. I didn't really know him when he first hit the scene in the Fed in WWE. A month or so ago, however long it's been, but man, figured out how to get over quick. Top merch seller, loud crowd reaction. He's a great act. I mean, he's helping wrestling get a little more mainstream again with his curses and the celebrities he's mingles with. So I love the Danhausen. We respect Danhausen around here. Main event was Sami versus Cody. The Sami thing, I mean, they're finally feeding into the crowd turning on Sami. They need to commit to a full heel turn. That is the only way to make this work. Love Sami Zayn to death. I wish they would do him better with his booking, with his storytelling. You can't have the man, build so much on being that underdog that just gets hated on so much for not being able to win that big world title, and then have him quickly pivot back to the U.S. title after he, lost to Drew in that world title try. He took the belt off Mello and then went to Mania with it and lost it. And it was just like, what was the point of that? Like, what? They need to fully commit to the heel bit. I mean, these two dudes were sparring again. We know they're going to cook in the ring. They've been doing it for years. Two great wrestling technicians. Crowd was into it a lot. B+. I felt like this should have been a PLE match. I thought Sami, I don't know. I mean, they were really treating Lexington well last night with what they were throwing in that ring as far as matches. But I thought this could have been maybe on Night of Champions. Get Sami and Cody going, in front of a crowd closer to Sami's roots and everything. Not his Canadian roots, but his Syrian roots and things like that. Have him be a Clash of Champions. Have this be a match there. I guess they didn't want to do that. They're going a different direction. What can you do? Cody beats Sami. Sami ends up having a choice to help Cody when Gunther comes out, and he doesn't. He just walks to the back, kind of establishing that Sami is really, there's no turning back. They gotta do the full heel thing. It has to happen at this point. The final word of Bleacher Report, you gave this show a C+. I'd give this show, as far as going to the show and having that perspective and throwing it into the actual results we got, I'd probably give it a C+ too. I mean, I was lit off some Modelo, so I was really having a good time with my friends and the crowd. But even then, completely sober or a little lit or a little tipsy, you feel me? I still was realizing that while the graps are great, it's just the storylines and knowing that it's not all going to the best. This isn't all gonna. I can't confidently be like, hey, even though some storyline stuff is questionable, some character work they're doing is questionable, I know it's gonna be all good. There's a plan in place, because let's be for real, there ain't never no plan in place, and when there's these quick pivots every single time. Not trying to sound like a hater. We can all acknowledge that WWE has been in a, I don't want to say a decline. Yeah, it's been in a decline. I mean, come on. I'm on a show called Death to the Fed. I am on a podcast called Death to the Fed. And you're probably asking, well, Mr. Omni Puma, Brian, why did you go to a WWE show? Why did you give them your money when you've been so critical of WWE? You're on a damn podcast called Death to the Fed. What's going on here, brother? Well, let me answer this for you. The tickets were on discount. Great networking time. Great networking event. It is not the easiest to find wrestling fans out in real life. So locally, when you can get a hub, an event, a function with wrestling going on, hey, this is the biggest one we can do when we have the WWE coming to town. Look, I got to make it out to that stuff. Plus, with wanting to ramp up wrestling coverage, wrestling content, and get a very valid, fair angle of, hey, I'm criticizing WWE plenty. I'm doing it from when I'm watching it at home. I'm seeing it a lot on TV. I'm seeing what they do on social media. Let's go in person to the show, see the product in person, and we'll have that element trickle into this long run of criticism towards the Fed I've been on the past couple of years. I thought it'd only be fair. So I was like, look, let's go to the dang show. A few weeks ago, I was like, there's no shot. There's no shot. But after talking to some of the podcast crew, we were like, you know what? Let's go do it. We got to get boots on the ground. So that's why I ended up going. And I knew it'd end up being a fun time. You with your friends, you with your hometown crowd. You get to see a lot of your favorite wrestlers. I love the roster. I love the talent in WWE. I'm a WWE fan. That's why I get so into it when it comes to the criticisms over the past couple of years and complaining and yelling, blah, 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 whatever. I'm not a negative person. I'm not a negative Nancy. I'm not here to be hateful. I don't want people to get fired. I do want changes to be made, of course, but that's mostly with the higher ups, TKO, the writer's room, whatever it is. The changes don't have to be firing people, losing jobs and whatnot. You don't ever want someone to lose their job, but there's got to be changes. There just has to. I know a lot of people agree with me. I know a lot of people disagree with me. That's just the fact of the matter. So quality of this video might be absolutely terrible. Again, I just wanted to get a quick one out. It's Saturday, 7:51. Oh, Saturday night main event about to come on. I guess I'll watch it. Yeah, I got Peacock. I guess we'll check out some of it, see what's popping on the card. But look, if you came to the show last night, if you were in Lexington, if you wherever you traveled from, you went to the show, let me know how you enjoyed it. Tell me about some good memories you had, or just tell me about it. That's really all I'm asking. I'd love to hear. I'll be making sure to always respond to all of your all's comments. Really, if you've made it this far, what's wrong with you? Seriously though, if you made it this far, I appreciate you so much, and I would do anything for you in this world. Wanted to get a quick video up just talking about Smackdown yesterday and some of the experience. Again, overall, great time. Usually is when you get to actually go to the arena and watch the graps. Again, not to talk about regarding WWE every week. That's the industry. There's always a lot to talk about. So I will see you on the next video. Follow the TikTok. Maybe give a follow to the Instagram. Really trying to connect with a lot of people, and I don't want it to be one way. I don't want you to just be supporting me and whatnot. If you ever need anything, you ever need some help, you ever want to meet up in person, hang out, have fun, maybe make content together, always just let me know. I'm gonna do my absolute best. I'm gonna see you all next time. Love you so much. This has been the debut video of Omni Puma Graps. Have a great one, y'all.